Welcome to The Sarah Scoop Show. It's time to get the scoop with Sarah.
My name is Greg Lato, and I'm a singer-songwriter. I perform children's music. I started out as a songwriter, and I was working with different artists doing TV and film placements and stuff like that. And then what I wanted to do was find other ways I could get my music out there. So I started performing my own music and doing music videos, making them fun, playing different characters and stuff, just as a means to get my music out there any way that I could. Absolutely, as a songwriter, because I see myself as a songwriter first. So, you have to look at different avenues to take. There are many different ways to get out there, not just being a performer or not just being, a songwriter. There are different ways visually and behind the scenes that you can get out there. And that's what I was doing. I was basically just trying to find my way. And when there's so much out there online, and now these days anybody can make music, out of their bedrooms, it's just finding ways to stand out and get out there. That's what I was doing kind of with my music videos. Is I was just finding creative ways that I could, portray myself and my music, where I was playing different characters and, coming up with story plots and making it in a humorous way, just to kind of, get noticed. The main thing is to stay true to who you are. I saw myself presenting music was in a fun way that was very inclusive, was family oriented. So transitioning into the children's music was just a perfect way, for me to fit in, and just be myself. Having kids, I found ways to be creative, at home, with my kids, where it all started when, I would just follow them around the house with a guitar and make up funny songs to things that they did. So it was just, entertaining them, really trying to make them laugh. And then kind of that blossomed into actually saying, maybe I can do this, and make songs like I was doing before, but more with a children's theme to them. I mean, there's no shortage of ideas for songs. That's the thing. It's like when I was doing the other stuff, there's only so many songs you can write about relationships and that kind of thing, songs about girls or whatever. That gets old after a while. It's like, with the kids, it's constantly finding ideas, and that's what I'm saying, where I would just follow them around and they are the best focus group that you could have. It's like if they're going around the house singing, lyrics to the songs, maybe you're onto something. I got bored, doing the other stuff. That's the thing, the topics are few, and I wasn't gonna write. I was writing about positive things too, even back then. But I didn't want to turn negative or anything and come up with other ideas. With the kids, that's what I'm saying is, it just opened up this whole new world for me, and the song ideas just started flowing like crazy. So, I ended up coming up with a whole album of tunes. The thing about it's my first children's music album. It's called Create My Own World. And it allowed me to just play around with different genres too, which I always wanted to do with the other stuff I was doing. But, with the other stuff, you kind of have to be limited, and the whole album almost has to be one cohesive unit, of genre, or else you're seen as not knowing, what you're doing, like finding your way, So with children's music, all bets are off. You can just do anything you want. One song can be a reggae song. The next song can be a rock song, or go to like 80s pop, which is what I love. So I was able to kind of like dip into different genres and do all the kind of stuff that I love and draw from those different influences that I have. His head is in the background. Right over there, Phil Collins. He's one of my favorites. so many 80s pop like things like, Prince, stuff like that. Styx is like my favorite band growing up. Duran Duran, like that kind of stuff is what I love. Hall and Oates are like my favorites as well. So I was kind of able to use all of that, which the stuff I was doing before had a lot of that influences in it. But now I was just able to make a blank canvas, and just do whatever I wanted. And it was the most fun I've ever had making an album, I have to say. And especially, like I said, my kids would be going around the house just like singing lyrics to the songs randomly. And, I was able to test the songs out at libraries, bookstores, and really get some great feedback, before while I was making the album. It's almost like a comedian will go to the clubs, and try out material before they do like a comedy special. I was able to go around before these songs were released or even recorded, kids like an auditorium of 200 kids, and just get that immediate feedback and say, okay, maybe I should finish this song and put it on the album, because kids are singing it back to me already, like when they first hear it. Doing like a bookstore on a Saturday afternoon is, much more my speed these days. Bill Haryley is awesome and just a legendary children's performer. I actually opened up for him at a children's book festival because I have a children's book out too, and met him there, and then just had some email correspondence throughout the year last year, and asked him, would you mind coming in on a song, like doing a duet with me? And, we made our schedules kind of align finally later last year. And he came in and he was the best, it's like so fun to work with and creative and just a great guy. And I've always admired him throughout the years, and, somewhere I aspire to be, to have him, singing a song with me that I wrote. It doesn't get any better than that. It was awesome. I do. I have a song called Hygiene, like hygiene, and it's about washing your hands, which is apropos of the day. But the kids love that and would sing that back to me, and it's so much fun to perform. That when I started doing that song, it was one of the first children's theme songs that I've written, and just the reaction immediately, I was like, wow, that's what made me think maybe I'm onto something here. So I have two daughters, 6 and 3 years old, and I read to them every night. And I was reading a particular book, and it kind of read like a song, but it wasn't one. Just a light bulb popped in my head at that moment. And I thought of a song that I did have that I didn't have lyrics to, just a melody. And immediately thought, this could probably make a cool children's song, to maybe be a book or something. So I went to my home studio where I am right now and just wrote some lyrics and that were inspiring about never giving up, and just like a message that I want my daughters to take with them for years, just something to aspire to in the future, to go back to. And came up with Try, which is the book behind me on the shelf there. And that was kind of how the whole book thing was born. I found an illustrator and came up with an idea, a theme for the book, and they put it together to what I was thinking. And then the book was born. It took about a year for the whole process. And that's what started the ball rolling on the whole children's music thing. It all started with that song that turned into a book. And I was able to do like something that touches on different topics too that children go through, like bullying or inclusiveness, like stuff like that, illness. It goes into where I have each page of the book is it's a split page, and one side has a dark side, shaded side, and one side is a lighter shade. And on the darker shade, it's something the child is going through, like maybe they're scared to do, like first day at school or something, it can be scary. And then on the lighter side, they need a friend. So it was kind of like something they're going through, and then on the other side is a positive outcome from just that. Something always, positive can come out of something else. And the actual lyric and script of the book is a message of positivity, and just, you never know if you're going to be good at something if you don't try. That there's no limit if you try. So fun to see the looks on their faces, and just reactions to songs and everything, and it's just the most fun I've ever had performing music. It's like I never knew like that this whole avenue, could be open to me, it would happen. I never saw myself as doing this type of music, years ago. But I wish I had done it sooner. But I'm glad that I'm here now and doing it, because it's just a blast. Yeah, just inclusiveness, just a message of positivity, inclusiveness. And my music is for everybody. It's and that's what I've always wanted to do, is create music that's for anyone, and bringing people together. That's my main theme: unity. It's all about bringing people together, a message that is just universal. And that's why I'm glad I can contribute music that can contribute to that message, and do my small part, to put a smile on people's faces, to put a smile on a child and a parent's face, when they're listening to my music. That's what it's all about for me. That's why I do it. Once the album comes out and everything, I like to do more music videos, because I haven't done them in a while. And the music videos I was doing before were for my other kind of music. But now I like to incorporate kids and do those kind of theatrical production videos that I was doing before, just with these new songs. So hopefully in the future, within the next 6 months or so, I can start putting out some of those music videos. Have resources, for yourself. Like the more you can do yourself, the better off you'll be. Learn as many instruments as you can. Learn your craft. Just practice on your craft, because it's, if you end up not knowing certain skills musically, you'll end up having to rely on other people. And the less you have to do that, the better off you will be. And the quicker you will get things done. So learn as many things, be as well-rounded as possible in all aspects of music, production, instrument-wise, and songwriting. Just try to learn it all. The more skills you can learn on your own, you'll save time, money, all that kind of stuff. Collaboration is awesome, and I do that often. But learning skills yourself, as many as possible, is the way to go.
Thank you for watching The Sarah Scoop Show. Head to sarahscoop.com for more.